It's old Rand here with one Daniel M. Dixon with the PPW 452 taping results. Danny, what the F, man? What a night.
What a night of action. 7 bangers back-to-back.
Bangers, good word. Not the bangers you folks talk about overseas there over the pond in England. You know, them wieners. The bangers you folks call them. Bangers and eggs for breakfast, whatever. Bob's your uncle, all that happy horse shit. And we love you. We're very welcoming to you overseas, folks. I'm just saying, not those kind of bangers. And not the bangers that I blow on Saturday nights after eating shrimp egg foo young.
You know it, Randy, and our first matchup of the night started off with Chris, don't call him private area teaming.
Don't call him private area. He's serious about that. He gets really upset. I've seen him he puts on what you kids call the boo-boo face today.
He teamed with the Dastardly 01 from Japan against badass Brandon Campbell and heavy metal Jake Hazard.
Can I say one thing before you tell him what happened? Better them than me.
Absolutely, and Chris Area, he definitely had the tricks up his sleeve. He was decked out in some new gear, but
he must have went to Snap-on Tools on the way down because he had, I don't know how many, 6, 8 different pieces of metal in every orifice and pocket. Or even, I think he pulled something out of his orifice.
He throws up that 414, and clearly tonight he had 414 different tricks up his sleeve.
Wow.
But it was not enough to get the job done as Brandon Campbell and Jake Hazard working well together as a team, and they were able to put 01 and Chris Area away.
To bed. Bye-bye, poo-poos. Match number 2, Los Lobos versus a guy who I guess is here to stay, Psycho Spawn 2. And I don't have the words, young man.
Los Lobos had the heart of a warrior for sure, but it just was not enough to get the job done against Spawn 2. You have to question Spawn 2's intentions here in PPW.
I got to question if he's got a brain cell and a rational thought in his head. This guy is out there, baby.
Definitely. He was able to put Los Lobos away, pick up some momentum, and terrorize the PPW roster once and for all.
Oh, and that wasn't the last we were going to see of that son of a bitch for the night, huh?
Absolutely not, and that leads into our next matchup. We saw the Aztecan monster Humek against a returning Slick Willie.
Now, let me say something. Little something about those two men. Slick Willie, less than 6 months ago, get his knee reconstructed at a mere 260 pounds. And old Humek actually fractured both shin bones at the ankle less than 6 months ago. And these two behemoths who really, if you look in the Webster's where it says the definition of larger than life, there's a picture of Willie hugging Humek.
Absolutely, and these two absolute monsters had a slugfest for sure. Heavy-hitting, hard-hitting matchup between both of them. But when it was all said and done, Humek hit his devastating driver on Slick Willie.
Incredible feat of strength.
Absolutely. And then after the match, like you mentioned earlier, we saw Spawn 2, and he came out, and him and Humek had a stare down, and they ended up brawling. So clearly the rivalry between these two men is
4
continuing.
to 6 guys come in the ring. Next thing you know, spitting ass is flying. Referee Ian Anderson had to get between them and say, if you guys touch each other one more time in my presence, not only you'll be fined, you'll be banned for 30 days. And that's what it took to break that one apart.
We're going to have to see what Humek and Spawn 2 have in store next for the PPW Premier Planet. And the next matchup after that, we saw heavy metal Jake Hazard in singles competition against one half of the tag team champions, Charlie Hustle.
Set the table. How in the hell did we get into that again?
After the best of 7 series between Jake Hazard and Brandon Campbell came to a screeching halt, courtesy of Marcus the Science Smith and Charlie Hustle, it was made official that this week both Marcus and Charlie would be in singles competition.
And I've got to lay some deets on you. I've got to lay some deets on all you all listen. Chairs were involved. Marcus the Science Smith nailed Brandon Campbell, nearly decapitated him. right after Charlie Hustle waylaid Jake Hazard. And then they jammed the chairs into their throats, and they started this thing because they thought they were heading off at the pass, a possible threat to their tag team titles.
Absolutely, and just when you think Jake was going to be able to exact his revenge,
Oh,
once again, Marcus the Science Smith has to get involved. So Jake Hazard wins by disqualification, much to the dismay of the Premier Planet.
and I'll tell you, this week there was no standing tall with chairs. He grabbed his partner. They got out of there while the getting was good.
Absolutely, and our first title match of the evening was up next, and what an absolute banger it was.
What a delight to watch and commentate, brother. I got blowed up just commentating it.
Absolutely. The American Ninja Warrior and current Challenge Pro champion Sensei defended his championship against Rockstar Rosie and the relentless Jay Leone.
Now, me, as the matchmaker, thought that thing looked good on paper. Me, as the PPW head trainer, thought, okay, now Jay Leone and Rockstar Rosie are going to get the opportunity to learn more with the Ninja Warrior in that ring, the Challenge Pro champ. But I never thought in my wildest dreams what unfolded would unfold. They stood right up to that challenge, and they've proved that they've got that, what you kids like to call work rate, spot rate, innovation personified in that ring. And I'll be damned if both men didn't have Sensei pinned for 2.99 a handful of times in that match.
Absolutely, both Jay Leone and Rockstar Rosie are finding their footing here in
Oof.
Premier Pro Wrestling, getting better and better as each week progresses. A crazy finish to this match, and you are going to want to check this one out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. This one's going to be on Patreon later this week. We'll let you know when it's up. It's too good a match to just give away for free. We love to, but the bottom line is the bills don't pay themselves.
Absolutely. And after
And
that,
baby needs a new pair of shoes.
after that, we saw the other singles competition between Brandon Campbell and Marcus the Science Smith.
Oh,
Brandon definitely wanted
dude,
to.
I got to tell you something, though. Marcus the Science Smith talks a lot of shit.
Absolutely.
But my God, tonight, it was like somebody pulled his string and the string got stuck, man, because he kept going and going and going. And the thing that sticks out in my mind is when he threatened that if the fans didn't show him the proper respect, he was going to pull the ripcord, which makes his trunks explode like an airbag, and he wasn't going to beat Brandon Campbell with his 450. He wasn't going to beat Brandon Campbell with his Spanish fly. He was going to be busted down to a thong and beat Brandon Campbell with the Marcus the Science Smith stink face.
And that is not something that the fans want to witness or Brandon Campbell wants to be on the receiving end.
Or in any way, shape, or form would happen any world. Not just this world, even in fantasy land. But oh man, I was just getting pissed off listening to him. I can't imagine how Brandon felt.
Brandon definitely laid the beating on Marcus.
Yeah.
But when it was all said and done, of course, Charlie Hustle comes to Marcus's aid.
In the nick of time, once again, saving face and saving mustache for Marcus the Science Smith, your winner of that bad boy, badass Brandon Campbell.
Our main event of the evening was
Oh.
a rematch from
Oh.
last week. And
Oh.
what a match it was. New four-time PPW heavyweight champion El Guerrero Jose Acosta
4 times, really.
defending his championship against Jesse Danger in a 2 out of 3 falls match, which is a standard in Premier Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, we're like the Amish from that movie Kingpin. We bowl more frames than you guys. We have to stand out in this ocean of wrestling garbage and idiots.
Absolutely. This match was incredible. Bell-to-bell action. But at the end of the day, Jose Acosta, the savvy ring general that he is, he had a chain and he was ready to use the chain, but Jesse Danger picked it up, much to the dismay of referee Ian Anderson. Catches Jesse Danger using the chain and made the decision to throw the match out, disqualifying
Yeah.
Jesse Danger.
Unfortunate. But that leads us to something, I don't know if you guys believe this or not, but nothing happens in God's world by mistake. And let me tell you a prime example of that. The fans were pissed. I was afraid they were going to roll over my car and set it on fire. Just kidding. Not really, guys. That's just, honestly, I'm kidding. But really, they were pissed, and I can't imagine the frustration of Jesse Danger. With my old-timer background, cha-ching, a light bulb goes off over my head. I said, let's put this chain to bed once and for all. Next week, Jesse Danger faces El Guerrero, chain on a 15-foot pole. If you can get up there and get it, it's perfectly legal to use it. So, next week, chain on a pole match.
You are not going to want to miss that one, Premier Planet. That is definitely going to be one hell of a matchup.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. In addition to that one, we're going to go ahead and rematch the Rockstar Jay Leone and Sem, because that chemistry, like we says, is off the chain. And also, what's going to happen is we're playing flip-flops. We're playing the shell trick on Marcus the Science Smith and Charlie Hustle. Next week, this Saturday night, by the time you guys hear this, Charlie Hustle will face badass Brandon Campbell in singles competition. Marcus the Science Smith will get a chance to really prove that intellect against the crazy like a fox, heavy metal Jake Hazard, plus much more. Humac will be in action, and keep checking back in our social media for more match information. Now, while we have your attention, hopefully you're still with us, please help us keep the doors open and support Premier Pro Wrestling on Pro Wrestling Tees. Please support Premier Pro Wrestling on Patreon, where you can stream almost unlimited amount of exclusive content, and Premier Pro Wrestling on Pivot Share. Please like and subscribe while you're here. We work our butts off. Love the fact that you guys are meeting us halfway with the support. Why don't you say bye-bye to the folks?
We thank you for your continued support, and we hope you can make it out next week for 2 incredible nights of action.
Friday night! Oh, how could I forget? Friday night. Every Friday night now. We're running every Friday and Saturday night. Friday nights is being streamed live on Twitch. Love to have you in attendance for those. Thanks for the love and support. Subscribe to our Twitch, and if I might say so, or if I might be so bold as to say, Old Rand and Danny Dixon, out!